fucking false reality that I'm living in, that today is daddy's day. Who knows if they've ever changed things, you know what I mean? But then again, I can't be in trouble for not knowing that because I just make every day daddy's day. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's like to be with God. You want to be with him every day. It'll make you a better human. But hey, sometimes things just aren't always what they look like. And unfortunately, Mr. Kobe Myers, I'm so like about you did this to yourself. Like you can come into my comments and try and convince me that I'm mentally ill if you want, dude. But look, we've had this conversation. You guys protect pedophiles. You know what I mean? If you let it happen and think that you're weak, then hey, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Good. I'm not watching. I don't fucking care. But hey, what did you think there, Creaker, when Aaron Rodgers was talking about people should know who's on the Epstein list? And then Jimmy Fallon came out with that skit about him having brain damage and all that shit. Wanted to know about the list. Not Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy fucking Kimmel. Hey, what do you think that was about? No, you gotta ask yourselves who's doing the cooking in Jimmy's kitchen. Is this the same guy Epstein used to use? But hey, it's all good in the hay, eh? Fuck, who cares? Just don't make them answer questions. It's cool because they're too cool for school. They're better than you. They're entertainers, just like Kobe Myers, just little entertainers, putting on whatever face they got to put on to get you to think they're simple little fucking stupid ass devil ways. But Aaron Rodgers is woke. I'd say probably more awake. You know what I mean? I don't think he's woke. I don't know. He seemed a little bit more awake than most, but I, most don't even care about the Epstein list. So fuck, you know, we're supposed to be here for the children, and wow, we're just not. But what do you think? You know, I got on my TV screen right now. Who's I watching? Dana White. Big UFC fan, guys. Big UFCers, I like. I can't help but fucking think to myself, Dana just got hired by Meta. He's a big Trump guy, and Marky Mark doesn't get charged with treason. All the stuff he said he hid from fucking people. Not responsible at all. You know what I mean? And well, neither are the people that dictated what was allowed on. No punishment coming for them. Neither one, because they're more powerful than you. Because if your president was a fucking smart president, he would do treason when he's seen it. You know what I mean? But hey, it's only treason if it's against the government. You can do whatever you want against the people. But if you cross the government, you're in big fucking trouble. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. But hey, yeah, we got Dana White up here too. I don't know. And I would think that one of these fucking MMA reporters would stay on a hot story. I thought the Sean Strickland story about Tiki Goshen, Tiki Goshen's one of those top management guys. You know what I mean? Rubbing elbows with old Ding Ding all the time. Wow. You guys have to go check the Sean Strickland story out. I'll make it short and sweet. And if you find a different story, please let me know. Anyways. Sean Strickland. Tiki Goshen was threatening to sue Sean Strickland because he was saying some bad shit about him. Turns out it might have been true because the stuff that he was repeating, the victim from this Tiki Goshen guy, she was willing to stand up in court and back Sean Strickland up and say, hey, he's not lying. She didn't get her just due when he fucking did it. Must have been a reason for it. You know what I mean? All that fucking power and shit. But you think if a story came out like that and a fucking fantastic man like Dana got a hold of fucking words like that, he would be all over. Hey, fuck Tiki, I ain't doing business with you. Or Sean Strickland could have held on to it too. Because all he said is, hey, Sean, you want to continue, or Tiki, you want to continue with your lawsuit? Because this is what can happen. I wouldn't have let that motherfucker go. Hey, Tiki, you started something, bud. Hey, I'm calling you this. You don't like women very much. Sue me. I'd be making a stink all over the place. I'd make that fucker face what he did. If there's a woman willing to fucking sit there and stand up for you so you don't get hurt because you're repeating that she got hurt, so maybe people know to stay the fuck away from Tiki Goshen. But no, we let people who fucking hurt people just fucking, we let them off the hook because they're big and powerful and they can make life rough for us or some fucking stupid thing. It's all weird. That people can't even fucking realize the simplest of shit. Hey guys, Hitler was a shithead, but he did a lot of good things because he had to convince his people to be big and strong and back him. You know what I mean? He wanted a big, strong community. He wouldn't allow fucking children to be fucking mutilated neither. He wouldn't allow his men to think that they were women. Those were the kind of values that he would have stand up to make sure he had big, strong men to protect his fucking vision. You know what I mean? He had to convince them as well that everything was for them. Maybe he told them all that he were the victim. I mean, Donald Trump runs around and says we're the victim. We're the victim of Canada. Hey, this is what fuck, dude. Like, come on. Fuck, if there ever was a fucking lapdog, its fucking name was Canada. Like, just fucking licking on the boots of fucking big old America. Feed us, feed us. Oh, we love your love. Give us pets. Meanwhile, they're all fucking making fun of you Canadians. Fucking, you guys are less than. You guys were born on the wrong side of the line. We better than you. The only thing that'll make you better is to be the 51st state. And you won't be better because we'll be senior Americans and you'll still be our juniors. Sorry, you were born on the wrong side of the line. Funny. Funny, 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 funny. Yeah, do you guys think Dane is a stand-up? You should ask like some of the fighters, like when he wants to fucking put you in your place, the people that help build his place, he'll fucking smash them to the point where you don't even fucking remember him anymore. That's the kind of guy Dana White is, but you guys let me know where I'm wrong. But hey, if you play the game and you play by Daddy Dana's rules, well, you'll live forever in his shiny hall of fame. But hey, that's not to say that he, didn't have to deal with the fucking really dumb characters. You know what I mean? I'm quite sure fucking another Trump guy, Tito Ortiz, and all his fucking brilliance. I can imagine that wasn't easy to work with. You know what I mean? If you guys watch, Tito's his own worst enemy, and he tells you exactly who he is. Just Anyways, I hope Dino gets with Jesus. I think he says he is. I hope he gets with them, but you know what I mean. But hey, you can be a champion on this earth, but the real championship, she lies beyond. And there's no amount of money. So listen up, all you poor motherfuckers. They can't pay for what you could get so easily. You could take all your sufferings and realize that you've been programmed to fucking suffer and think that you're doing good. It's all your fault. Because listen, if Donald Trump really wanted to change the world and he was with God, all those resources that you guys have, they'd be given back to you. He'd take all those companies and say, hey, you guys can work for the people, but hey, the people own this stuff. God gave it to all of us, not just you fucking simpleton Rockefellers and you this, and we're building a real society here. But instead, it smells of Schmittler. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, hey guys, hey, we're Canada's victim. And it's time to fucking fight back. That was kind of a joke. But hey, it's the Greenland, that land of green. It's got minerals that we, the US, could use, and it'd be for our safety. Oh, if we had that, the things that people could not do against us, all we need is to take that land. You know what I mean? And we'll do it by force if we have to, because we have to protect ourselves. And while it would be beneficial with all those minerals and shit being on our hands, same as we're gonna have some rare earth stuff going on in Ukraine. That's all for America. That's to make America big and strong. You know what I mean? So Uh, and there's BlackRock building Ukraine back up. Wow, 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 wow. Hey, 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 hey. You know what I mean? It's all rigmarole, rigmarole, rigmarole. But hey, that latest deal for Gaza, eh? Imagine you guys can go for fucking big old trips to God's country and then just go out onto the Gaza Strip, and that's a part of America. You like, see, there'll be special packages. You know what I mean? They'll make all those dead babies worth it. Worth it for you, America. You know what I mean? It was all worth it in the end. Look what we got right next to God's country. Oh my, is fake. You know why? Just my opinion, and I'm allowed to have this. Netanyahu works for the fucking devil, people. Like, it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure out which side that fucking little yin yang's working for. I'm like, hey, I know he likes to tug at the American people's heartstrings. That's what Satan does. You know what I mean? And then he brings the Jews into it. What a motherfucker, eh? He he does not represent the Jewish people, I don't think. I don't think they would want, like, if I was the Mashiach and I said, hey guys, you might want to take a look into your leadership, and this might be why your fucking brain's malfunctioning and you're thinking all stupid. It's time to get with God. You know what I mean? Hey guys, I always hate to bring up Jesus when I'm talking about fucking the Jews, but hey, it's not rocket science, guys. Hey, I know this is the Bible, it's not the Torah. For the Christians here, it's really should be easy. 10 simple rules. 10. 10. And then there's a guy coming. He's going to tell you what the way is. and he tells you that the truth is the way. And in order to get the truth, you gotta ask questions. Why do you guys think Jesus didn't mind being questioned? Because he wasn't scared. He was the truth and the way. That's why he told those Pharisees, hey, what you're doing to your people is wrong. You are asking far, far more than my father ever asked of them to make them serve you because your hearts are wicked. It should be so easy, but they fucking complicate it for you guys. Because knowing the truth would shatter your fucking world. But that's exactly what you need to do to find God. Shatter this broken, false fucking reality that you guys are willing to live in and participate in, and you protect pedophiles in, and you allow child fucking workers to fucking for the benefit of your cars and to keep your economy going. It's really rather sickening. We can go further and further into it. Look at what fine people have taught, like Taylor Swift have taught women to be like. I can show you someone who's been brainwashed by that woman. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Stop trying. Men and women both got to try and stop fucking trying to be better than one another or thinking that they are. They're different. They're going to be better at different things, but they should be equal in the soul. We don't see that because Jesus came back and said, it's even more simple than you guys even know. Live in the truth and treat others as you would want yourself treated. When people don't understand what that means, treat others as you would want to be treated. If you want to be treated fucking nicely and have people fucking, fucking just worship you and whatever, there's something lacking within you. Like, I don't fucking know, man. We all just want to be loved. No, it's no sense of what love is. Love is not acceptance. You have to love thyself, know thyself in order to truly love others. But if they're a hindrance to your life and they're bringing you down, you need to cut the cord, forgive them. And if they continue to act the fool with you, just laugh at them or just turn your way from them or whatever. But for me, Jesus didn't allow people to talk shit on him. He didn't walk away from it. Hey, how many times do you think Jesus got razzle dazzled saying he was the son of God? You don't think there were men all the time razzing him? Hey, cupcake, like they do to me. Hey, cupcake, still the son of God. He was probably known as a crazy person back then. You know what I mean? I always said, and like before, like I didn't come to Jesus until I don't know, I have to find the date, but I don't keep track of time. Like I said, I put every day into God, so you lose track after a while. Doing these videos fucking sucks. It's not a good time. Anyways, yeah, this is simple. But they make it so it's like I always say, hey, Jesus said the truth was the way. I think the natives were living the fucking truthful way back in the day. You know what I mean? And they even had it more simple than the Christians did. Just like, hey, 7 rules, guys. Let's love one another. Now, loving one another doesn't mean having to be around. You can even love a stupid person, but you don't have to be around them. You know what I mean? If someone annoys you, try and avoid them. You know what I mean? And then if you don't want them around, you have to be nice. You have to say, hey, it's not you, it's me. It's just your kind of personality and the mind don't fit. It's not that you're not a good person, but why torture yourself? We lie to ourselves and we lie to people. You know what I mean? When authenticity is everything in spirituality, and instead we're all trying to follow somebody to find our way to spirituality. You know what I mean? It's only you who can search. And I think the truth is what you need to search. But you have to be big and strong in God. You have to really want the truth. Sometimes people don't want to give it up. They got too much power, too much riding on it. If people knew only exactly who they are, oh boy, their whole world would crumble because they don't know who they are, and the world would see them as a failure. And here's the thing, even a failure can all turn it around. Just got to get with the truth. Accept that you were a failure. You don't want to be one anymore. And you want to be a winner in the truth with God. You know what I mean? No, nobody knows what I mean. I think I got one flicker coming in and out. One little flicker. But yeah, what do you guys think about that Dana guy? That Dana stuff. Like I like the UFC. I've met Dana. He was wonderful. Dana says a lot of good things, a lot of inspiring things too. That's what I mean. You gotta watch all the moves, not just the good ones. Gotta watch the bad ones too. You know what I mean? You got to say to yourself, like, hey, I can't lie. You know what I mean? I don't think John Jones is riding high with Jesus. That's just what I think. You know what I mean? John Jones don't have to take that thinking on. You know what I mean? He's the one that said Jesus died for him, and John just has to try his best. And if he doesn't fail, it just doesn't matter. No, I think Jesus said the truth was the way. And if you don't want to accept who you are and be a better person in Jesus, then I don't think John, you're with Jesus. You got to be Jesus to be in Jesus to know Jesus and to anyways, don't worry, you're not the only fighter. And don't think Jesus wants people pumping themselves full of steroids, you know what I mean? And picograms don't come from nowhere, you know what I mean? But anyways, I wasn't talking about John Jones. I was talking about like you used to see fighters like Vitor Belfort all juiced up. Jesus! I used to think to myself, and I wasn't a follower of Jesus then. I used to think to myself, like I liked Vitor Belfort too very much. I used to think to myself, hey, do you think Jesus is proud of you for fucking cheating? I don't think Jesus likes a cheater, you know what I mean? But maybe I'm wrong on the whole steroid thing. What do you guys think? You can't live a lie and go to heaven, I don't think. Like you got to be living in some sort of reality. Hey, here's the deal. I say this shit, and I do have to believe that I'm with God because I'm telling you what, if there's a hell, I'll have absolutely fucking zero to do with it. Because if it gets worse than the fucking last 5 years on this earth, and fucking holy shit. I don't, oh my goodness, that is wrong. I don't want no more. I don't want no part of that. I think that's why I'm like, hey God, are you sure? Are you like this puts me against the world, God? Like I'll do her. I'll do her, but I just don't. I just hey, and he says, let them do what they want to you. It don't fucking matter. You're just be coming home to me. That's what I think. But who knows what God's plan is? You know what I mean? Maybe it's not God's plan. Maybe it's man's plan. Maybe God lets man finish himself off. Hey, do you want to have an after party or do you want to try your luck and see what happens, fellas? Is there aliens? Hey, is there aliens? AD, start getting with Jesus, bud. I'm the Mashiach and you're fucked. I can prove it to you, but you won't listen. I just want you to find Jesus. I don't want to play anymore, bud. I don't want to play with you anymore. You're too stupid. Go find your fucking humanity, bud. Drop the American and fucking find your humanity. You need it, especially in Minnesota. I could use a real man right now. Fuck, there's some shit going on down there. You know what I mean? Hey, we're a special state. We want all the immigrants. We love you. Our people of Minnesota will pay for all of yous. How many sheets did you get eat today there? Well, Kurt, I loved you. I loved you, bud. I did. But you're a fucking tool. And you're a tool of Upchurch. And he's a tool of Satan. And you all currently suck the dick of Satan. You know what I mean? You little Upchurch can say whatever he wants about riding with Jesus, but well, Jesus riders wouldn't treat people the way the whole Upchurch does. He thinks he's better than everybody else. He came from the bottom right to the top. Well, guess what happens to those who don't rock right on the top? Well, they get to meet their maker, and well, they found out they were a faker. And well, what happens to the fakers? Do they go to the big bad baker? Can you imagine Upchurch finding out all of his hard work was all in vain against himself? I'm the Mashiach and he fucked with me. I'm the Mashiach and Kurt has a smelly pussy. Yeah, you know what I mean, Curtis? She's gonna be a rough time for you, brother. And I hope you handle it well. And always remember, there's a great Queen song you should play over and over and over again, bud. When this fucking nightmare becomes truth to you, don't try suicide. Nobody wants you to. Don't try suicide. Nobody cares. And I only say that to you, Kurt, because people are going to say, you're mean, Mr. Mashiach. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not. Kurt needs to learn his lesson. That way he can bring himself to God. If he don't humble himself, he can't rebuild himself. He needs to be humbled. You know what I mean? That's the best thing I could do for Kurt, being the Mashiach. Just fucking hammering it home that he's a complete mental case who fucking wants fucking child predators to fucking be in high positions. Like, fuck, dude. Kurt, you guys can't even figure out the women fakers. You know what I mean? Hey, Nancy Mace, she had many face. You know what I mean? Go check her stance on fucking transgenderism throughout the fucking years. But hey, when it was going to affect her and a man was going to be in her change rooms and her washrooms, holy fuck, she stood up. Where was she for those swimmers? Where was she for all those athletes? She made shit happen for her because she's Nancy fucking Mace. But where was she for all the other women? Hey, not really there though. You know what I mean? But you guys let women get away with murder over there in America. Fuck, you got Hillary Clinton. Fuck the Pelosi's. They're fucking killing you in the fucking stocks department. Like, hey, yeah, you guys dips and steals everything you want. It's okay, Nancy. Do your fucking little witchcraft. Yeah, yeah. Fuck, like, hey, I don't know. What do you do, America, when both sides of your law are against you? You ask them to come to God. Are you going to pick God or are you going to pick Kamala Harris, who says she's a black woman and isn't? She's an is faker. And she wants your children to, well, have the choice to decide for themselves on what genders they are and those possibilities explored and wonderful candidate you had there. You know what I mean? But then again, people say Jesus Christ, and he's like, you got the wrong rally. Every Christian in the world isn't going, what? Instead of, Kamala could have said something like, hey, I welcome Christians. You know what I mean? They should be good people. All they want is the truth. Well, the truth is, you have to find out that she's not black. And why would you make something so fucking? Why would you lie in a book? A book that you're leaving for generations to read on who the great Kamala was. And it's just a fucking lie. You know what I mean? And she's allowed to get away with it. And in fact, almost made it to president. That's you guys. You guys. And let's just say Joe Biden was tight with the WEF. Like really fucking tight. You know what I mean? I love that border speech he did with the WEF. Oh, what a thing of beauty. And well, that vision, he brought it forward when he was president, didn't he? Cheers, Biden. You weren't as stupid as you looked. Mission accomplished, fella. What happens when the people wake up, Biden? And well, well, it doesn't really matter. He won't know what the fuck's going on anyways. There are, like, I don't say conspiracies, but there are conspiracies that, well, Joe Biden is played by Jim Carrey. I don't know. I don't think Jim Carrey plays for the good. Like he tries to like you could take him either way, right? He tries to sound really brilliant. You're nothing but you're. I don't know. I don't dig it. You know what I mean? It's very confusing the things that he says, and he makes you try and sound insignificant when in fact you are the universe. You know what I mean? You're stardust, babies. You don't even know it, most of you. Stardust. You're just stardust. But what happens if you don't get a chance for a Dustin anymore? Who is standing behind you, Carl? The boogeyman. The boogeyman. I ain't afraid of the boogeyman. Hey, bud, I've been fighting the devil for 5 fucking years. And look at me still go. Look at every one of his spawn have come after me. And I fought them all, brother, and willing to fight the biggest of them. You know what I mean? Like I said, 100% I don't know if Donald Trump is the bad guy. I don't know. I don't care. But I do want justice and we'll make it fair. You know what I mean? I didn't do like I don't pick for people to be bad. You know what I mean? But when I see some dictation going on, I gotta kind of point it out. And it's really sickening. You know what I mean? And the wording and stuff, it's brilliant. It's fucking Don definitely knows what to tell the people. Hey, Greenland, I don't really want it. We need it just to protect us. And then while we're there, hey, we can make a whole bunch of money off the minerals and shit that are there. Isn't that fabulous for us, America? But then again, I'm gonna try and not go on. But like, here's the thing: I want to like people, and I want to like them so much, but I have to question them. You know what I mean? I'll give you for instance. I like quirky people, right? So it's only fucking what's his name? Tucker Carlson. I want to like him so much, but he can't even follow the Ten Commandments, and I don't know how he thinks he's with God. maybe he's trying to be with God and he's still working on it, but maybe if he had someone to help him along, because like he's already said, like he said weird stuff about Trump in the past. I'd still stand for Trump, even if something or it was weird. I'd have to go back and take a look at it, but it was weird. And then he had that really insecure guy from CNN, the buff one. I can't remember his name. Tucker was interviewing him, and they were talking Como. They were talking about how he stuck by his brother, and that was the right thing to do, and you know what I mean? He would, hide his brother away and do all sorts of, you know what I mean? He would pick his brother over hurt people that his brother hurt, you know what I mean? It just didn't fucking make sense to me. How can you be a godly man and know that you can't, you gotta stand with the truth? If that person's shitty enough to hurt other people, eventually they'll hurt you because they'll anyways. And to admit, just my personal opinion, his interview with Putin was a little weak sauce, I thought, personally. I mean, and then when Putin did say some real stuff, like I think it was real based on the information that I've looked at. When Putin said there's Nazis over in Ukraine, was like there is. The Azov Battalion. You heard about them before the war. They were on the regular news talking about the Nazis. The Azov Battalion that was part of their military in Ukraine. And then to know that, well, Zelensky said he took care of that. He just mixed them all with the rest of the army, split them up as a battalion and put them in with but Tucker's like, "Oh, that's crazy talk." And I was like, "No, that's not, man. That shit's been going on since World War II, buddy. We had one of those fellas from Ukraine in our fucking parliament, even though the speech was right in front of him. Hey, this guy was fighting Russians. The Russians, imagine. And they thought nobody would catch on. Like, hey, guys, the war wasn't against the Russians. Unless you were playing for the bad side. Anyways, we just let this buffoonery happen in our parliament. No big deal. We only Aw, in parliament to him. Ah, you war hero. Prime Minister taking pictures with him. Oh, but hey, is Klaus Schwab, did he get his daddy's hand-me-downs? Hand-me-down dreams? Klaus Schwab, or did you get daddy's hand-me-down dreams? Hey, hey.